Good morning, class. Good morning, parents. I think it is about time that we start learning how to navigate through news2u.com or the unique learning system. So today I'm going to take you guys through a few things that I think will be helpful in navigating this site. Like I've mentioned before, these three bars are very important. These are going to be your navigation bars. So let's go ahead and click on it. This will prompt us to sign in. So let's sign in. As I mentioned, although it's the student, I've given you guys full access. So we are going to be signing in as teacher admin. So let's click on teacher admin and you will be prompted to the sign in page. If you haven't already got the Word document that I've sent a Word document that has sign in instructions, username as well as password are included. So when you get here, it'll use information I sent over to sign in. From there, we will be prompted to what I would say the home page. So as soon as this signs us in, we'll take a look at what that looks like and where we go from there. This should be the main thing that pops up. You'll see all this. Usually in the right hand corner, it'll be the article of the week and a few other things. But and there's these 6 categories we can go to. So far, the 2 that we're going to be focusing on that I'd like you guys to access would be the News2U, where we find our articles, in the unique learning system. There's quite a few cool things about this site that we can take a look at. Right now, what I want to do is I want to go down to those 3 bars. And what I'm going to do is go to unique learning. And I'm going to click unique learning. And what we're going to find on the unique learning is the N2Y GPS. So give me 1 second. I'm going to pull that up. For FERPA reasons, I've created a John Doe account. So a blank account. So I'm not showing student faces or names. But I'm going to kind of blank the screen out for a second as I pull that up. But again, we're going to be clicking N2Y GPS. So we'll click that. I'll go down for a second. Okay, and what's going to come up when you click that? This is the blank student. When you go, you will use this little bar right here where it says students. And when you click it, what's going to pop up is a bunch of faces and names that you'll be able to access. Right now, we're going to use Cesar Chavez one. That's just a random student I've selected. And what you can do through here is quite a few things. A lot of it's testing. This little bar right here is usually the introduction that I use with the students. You can click on that, and what's going to pop up is just a little page that they can fill out, introducing me. And basically, you would kind of click in there and add in what you want. In order to access that, you would go to edit introducing me, and then another page would pop up, and you kind of go through there. But let's go back to the GPS. And down here is a few things that we could look at. Number 1, benchmarking. So one thing that we do throughout the year was student benchmarks. So let's go through it, and the benchmarks are basically tests to see where your student is at, things to keep them sharp, but really just gathering data on your student and where they're at in their academics. So far, this student hasn't been tested, and there's several categories. The one thing that I will say is there's only a few categories that I would like you guys to focus on. Basic math. The writing prompt is going to need a teacher and some printouts, so we'll stay away from that. And reading, as well as early learning. But let's click into the basic math, and this is just some basic testing. So say we're going to start fresh, and a lot of your students probably have scores that they've already taken this test. The one thing I would say is those are taken early in the year, and I like to take those early in the year, and then I like to take them late in the year, just to kind of see if we've made progress, if we've maintained progress, or if we need to go back and work more on it. So I'll click on numbers 1 through 20 and counting, and you'll be prompted to another page in which you will get ready to test. So a couple things that I would suggest is number one, we want to track this skill because you are able to track their progress. So we'll track skill. Yes, track the skill for the individual. And that should be green. And then we're going to track the other skill, which is number calculation, and track the skill for the individual. And then we'll be able to get ready to run the test. So let's go ahead and run this test, run test. And the verification code is literally the name. So to make it easy, I usually just select, copy, and paste. And that will get me into the test. And basically how the test works is you read the bottom prompt, look at the numbers, show me the number 4. We would look through the numbers. We have 2, 3, and 4. I would click 4. Okay, and then this will go all the way to the end. And when you get to the end, it'll prompt you to close the test and save the information. And then you are able to go back to the next one. So let's kind of run through this. Show me the number 2. Just so you guys see what it looks like at the end. And a lot of it is self-explanatory. Two apples. Pick the number 2. 5. Look at the numbers. Show me the number 7. Okay, so let's try to run through this so that I could show you what to do in the end. And I'm just going to kind of click as much as I can to get through this so that we can get to the end. I think that's 17. Again, I'm not counting right now. I'm just kind of clicking so that we can get. So it shows you my total score. I think out of 18 possible, I got a 15. So what you'll do from here is you're going to save and end. That saves your data. And from there, okay, so you won't immediately be prompted to the next test. So what you got to do is go to benchmarks. You're going to click benchmarks. And it's going to take you back to this page where we started at. Okay, and since we're focusing on math, let's go to basic math again. And right now, April 20th, 2020, I took this test, so it tracks the date, and I got a 15 out of 18. And interpretation, so basically where you score is mastery level, so that's probably like a B. And then if I want to take the next one, I just go down. It'll tell you that it's not taken, and I click it. And it'll be the same process, but remember, parents, when you're done and you save and end the test, always go to the benchmarks link, click the link, and it'll bring you back to this page. And right now, parents and students, let's focus on the basic math, whether you've taken it or not. Reading, okay? And then when you move forward, you can go to math problem solving. But just take a minute with your student to kind of go through this, get comfortable with it. I think if we remind the students they've done it enough during the year to where as soon as they start using this software again, they'll kind of be familiar with it and kind of know the process. But basic math, reading, and then when you're done with those categories, I would go to math problem solving. This would be something that you could work on during the week. Making some goals and just kind of checking where you're at with your testing and your skills. And this is a great way to kind of track your progress and track your data. All right, this is Mr. Rubio signing out. You guys have a great day.